So, did Brock Lesnar show up? Did Roman Reigns finally get over? Raw came to us from my hometown of Dallas, Texas last night. Let's check it out. This is Calling Spots with Bryan Kelly. Hello, all you pro wrestling marks and proud, and welcome to Calling Spots with Bryan Kelly. I'm Bryan Kelly. You're watching this, hopefully, so welcome. We had a great night of wrestling from the WWE. Raw came to us from Dallas, Texas, March 19th, 2018. Was Brock Lesnar going to show? He was supposed to show up. Did Brock Lesnar show up? What's going on? Let's dive in. Well, Kurt comes out to the ring first, and he does an in-ring promo where he says, hey, man, I have some bad news. Kind of a swerve. Roman's still suspended. Oh, yay, kind of boo, kind of yay, kind of. Everybody's kind of mixed on Roman still. More mixed than I've heard them since I've been watching again. And he says, but Brock isn't in the building yet, even though Roman is suspended. But I'm told by Vince McMahon himself, I've been assured that he will be here. Now, on to the tag team match last week, that the tag team battle royal that Braun Strowman won by himself, and I guess Roman's here, and Roman starts coming through the crowd right in the middle of Kurt talking. Roman gets up into the ring, and he slowly gets up in there, and he goes, Kurt says, what are you doing here? You know you're just suspended. You're not supposed to be here. Why are you here, Roman? And Roman says, well, somebody has to represent the main event. If Brock ain't here, I got to be here. Who cares? I'm suspended. Who cares? And Kurt says, Brock will be here tonight. Don't worry about it. And Roman goes, what? He's going to be here. Where is he? I'll tell you what. He said, I was told he was running late. I know you're upset, but you're going to have to do that on your own time. You're suspended. I'm telling you the truth. And Kurt says, what you don't understand is you have to be patient. You'll have Brock in 3 weeks at WrestleMania. Just chill. Tranquilo, Roman. Tranquilo. And Roman says, you know what? I understand what you're saying, but I don't care. So I'm going to sit my Samoan ass in this ring until Brock Lesnar shows his face. So he goes and he gets a chair. He sets up the folding chair and then sits down in the ring. And three federal marshals come walking out of the back. Federal marshal, U.S. marshal on their backs. Obviously local enhancement guys, or maybe even NXT guys or performance center guys. Who knows? So they get in the ring and they start doing their whole, come on, man, we're going to have to arrest you if you won't leave. And he's like, what? What are you guys? Are you serious? And one dude's standing there reading off of a, card, Roman's Miranda rights and shit, arresting him, I guess. So he's like, all right, fine. Here, put the cuffs on me. So they put the cuffs on Roman. Camera goes in so you can see the cuffs go on to Roman. Lock him up. Roman's like, all right, I'll come peacefully. Just don't touch me. So they start to go, and the one guy next to him grabs his arm. He's like, dude, I told you not to fucking touch me. You touch me again. All right. So they go to get out, and the guy really grabs his arm this time. Just really grabs a hold of it. And Roman hulks out and bashes that dude in the face. The elbow, you get an elbow, and you get an elbow, and he elbows everybody. So all of the U.S. Marshals are down. Roman's handcuffed in the ring, and then Brock's music hits. Holy shit, he is here. Bow, 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 bow. Brock comes out. Roman's handcuffed. Roman's looking around like, oh shit, this was a mistake. Roman grabs that steel chair, fumbling around with it. Have you ever tried to grab anything when your hands are this close together? Fumbles for the steel chair, gets it up, takes a really weak swing with the chair at Brock. Brock ducks it, comes back, blasts Roman, suplex, takes the chair, racks Roman in the back, just destroys him utterly. keeps like jumping out of the ring like he's gonna leave, like he's done, then comes back in, more chair shots, more suplexes, destroys Roman. Finally, he takes his title and he's gonna leave, isn't he? Well, that's right. He's leaving. We don't have to deal with this anymore. Oh no, he's coming back. He waits till Roman gets on the stretcher and all locked in. Handcuffs finally come off. Roman cut the shit out of his hand. Waits till he's all there and all done, and Brock comes out and knocks the thing over and just totally destroys Roman. It was really good. It was a little much. I thought the last 2 times he came back, he shouldn't have. I thought the first 2 times he came back was cool, the chair and the suplex and everything. The last 2 times I was like, dude, now it's too much. Now the crowd's starting to turn on Roman and starting to cheer Brock more. And it's just, the Dallas crowd at Raw and SmackDown were really weird anyways. But we'll talk about that in a little while. So anyways, here we go. That all happens, then we get a video package of the Alexa, Nia, Asuka, Mickey thing from last week, where Alexa and Mickey were in the ring with Asuka, telling her, "You're lucky you're facing Charlotte because you can't face me." And Asuka's saying, "No, I wanted a real champion and I wanted to beat the woman, so that's why I chose her." And then they show Mickey and Asuka's match and how Alexa and Mickey were backstage talking crap while Nia beat up the jobber last week and Nia overseeing it. Anyway, they did a video package showing all of that. Then we go to a commercial. We come back and Alexa comes out to the ring with Mickey. And she starts to say she's sorry for, calling Nia fat and all the things that she said last week on the show. Kind of Mean Girl style. She starts to apologize and then, of course, says, "Sorry, I didn't say it sooner." And then does her whole "I've been using Nia" and just really barrels into the heel Mean Girl thing against Nia with Mickey there. While she's in the middle of talking about that, Asuka comes out because I guess we're going to get Asuka versus Alexa Bliss. So Asuka comes out and Asuka and Bliss, it's a good match. Mickey keeps taking shots at Asuka when the ref isn't looking outside. Mickey did great. She looked phenomenal as always. Alexa was a bit off. I don't know if she's trying a lot of the women's matches over this and SmackDown were a little loose. I think they're making sure they stay healthy for WrestleMania, which is smart. Asuka gets Bliss in an ankle lock and she nearly taps out, but Mickey pulls her through the ropes and pulls her out, grabs the title, and they're like, "Fuck this, we're leaving, we're done." Ref counts out Alexa and Asuka gets the win via count out. As soon as that happens, Nia comes out and starts running down Mickey and Alexa, takes out Mickey James, goes through the crowd, pulling on Alexa's hair over the barricade. Alexa slaps her. Then Mickey gets back up and runs over and starts wailing on Nia's back to try to get her to let go of Bliss. She finally does. And Bliss takes off through the crowd and into the back. And Nia annihilates Mickey and then chases Alexa back through the crowd. So Braun, after that, we get the Braun tag team package from last week where Braun, talking about Alexa and Asuka and this whole thing with Nia real quick. Let's just cover that. I'm pretty sure Alexa's going to lose the women's championship to Nia at WrestleMania. I think it's about time. Nia should have been a champion a year ago, in my opinion. She's a fantastic wrestler. I love what Alexa's done with the title. I love what she's done with her character, but it's time. We need a new champion for a while. Same thing with Charlotte. Charlotte, in my opinion, is the greatest female wrestler of all time, but we need another champion, man. She's been the champion for a while. So anyways, so looking forward to all of that. And Asuka's going to take that off of Charlotte too. So who knows? But we can't have every title change at Mania, man. We can't have every title change. So I don't know what's going to happen, because we know Brock's going to lose the Universal title to Roman, which means Shinsuke's probably going to lose to AJ. The Usos probably will retain, because I don't see them changing those titles. There's already going to be at least 2 title changes that night. Charlotte and Brock will drop their titles. And past that, I'm not sure. So anyways, after that, we get a video package of what happened last week with the tag team Rumble and Braun winning that. Then after that, we cut right to backstage with Kurt Angle and Alexa. And Alexa going, "Hey, man, did you just see what she did out there? She should be arrested. I can't believe that." And he's like, "I'm done with arresting people tonight, so I'll tell you what. Instead, I'm going to give her a match against you for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania." So Nia should win that. I really hope she does. Okay, after that, we get Braun coming out. And he does an in-ring promo where he says, "I won the tag team battle royal by myself." He said, "I'm going to WrestleMania and management says I need a partner. I don't need it. I can do it by myself." And the bar comes out at that point and says, "You can't be both of us, fella." I know that's a terrible Sheamus. And they say, "How you're throwing guys over the rope is one thing. Beating the greatest tag team, you ain't gonna do that, dude." He says, "I'll beat you at WrestleMania, and I have 2 things to say to you. One, I have a partner for WrestleMania," which I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's already chosen somebody. I don't know if they're gonna next week have some type of tournament or tryouts or whatever. I don't know. But he said, "I have a partner for WrestleMania, and one of you 2 are about to catch these hands," because they're about to have a match with one of those guys. Ends up being Cesaro. So Cesaro and Braun, great match. Lots of good offense from Cesaro. You forget how good Cesaro is until you see him in a singles match like this. He's great in the tag team with Sheamus. But man, a singles guy, he is phenomenal. Phenomenal. So Braun eventually, though, gets the power slam for the win. And that ends that. Looking forward to WrestleMania. I hope that they make... everybody wants Elias to be Braun's partner at Mania, and that would be really cool. I would like that. I would like Big Show. I think that'd be cool for Show to do something like that. Ray, if Ray's healthy enough and Cena ends up taking on Taker, that would be really cool. Ray and Braun, that'd be awesome. Kind of like Kane and Ray back in the day when they held the tag team titles. So really looking forward to that match, man. I'm telling you, this Mania so far is shaping up to be the best Mania that I have watched, live since I've been back watching wrestling for the last, 3 years or so. So anyways, we get a look at the Woken Matt Hardy family all around the piano. Ribby's there. Rebby is there playing piano. She's got Lord Wolfgang on her back and King Maxwell and everybody. Senior Benjamin is there. Vanguard 1 sitting on the piano. And he's just saying, tonight, all of my crazy Matt Broken Hardy stuff. And he tells Senior Benjamin to prepare the battlefield for annihilation and tells Vanguard 1 to make sure he scans the grounds because there will be a visitor. And he says he's doing all of this for his progenies, King Maxwell and Lord Wolfgang. You weirdo. But he's very cool and I like him and I think it's wonderful. We go to a commercial. We come back from a commercial and we're going to have Titus Worldwide versus The Revival. They're already both in the ring. No entrances from either. An okay match. The Revival went over with a shatter machine on Apollo. Not really much to say about it. It was just kind of a showcase match for the Revival. Apollo and Titus have been better. I'm really looking forward to Apollo getting out on his own again. They promo, the Revival does, in ring and say that they're going to be the first tag team to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, which I guess they could both jump out of the ring at the same time and like both hit at the same time. They could swerve, one could swerve the other, and just be like, hey man, it is what it is. But they're not going to win anyway. I was just wondering, if they did, how they would do that. I love the Revival, though. The Revival should be in the tag team match with Sheamus and Cesaro at WrestleMania, not Braun. It's just my opinion. Mark Henry Hall of Fame video package. How fucking cool is it that Mark Henry is in the Hall of Fame? I think that's sensational. I think that's absolutely sensational. He's always been a great wrestler, great performer, great talker. Everything he's done has been good, from the comedy stuff with Mae Young to the House of Pain and all of that kind of stuff. Was it Hall of Pain? I thought it was House of Pain. It might have been Hall of Pain. Nation of Domination. Just dude's always been great with anything that you give him. Great world champion, held the world title for a while, held tag titles. Really great champion. I'm really glad to see that he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He deserves it, and I'm glad that's happening. I guess I forgot who they said was going to induct him. Farouk, probably. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, but I thought I saw it somewhere. So anyway, after that, we get Bayley coming out, and then we get a recap of the Bayley-Sasha drama from Royal Rumble when Sasha eliminated Bayley from the Women's Royal Rumble, to Elimination Chamber where Sasha took Bayley out of Elimination Chamber, the title match with Alexa. And then last time when Bayley wouldn't tag Sasha in, all that kind of stuff. And then Sasha comes out after the video package, and Sasha says, hey man, I want us to be friends and I want to do this, but you're the one who wouldn't tag me in, and you're the one that's being like this. Elimination Chamber was every woman for herself, and you should know that. But I'm going to be the bigger person, and I'm going to forgive you. And Bayley goes, you know what? I was angry after Elimination Chamber, and maybe I should have tagged in and not jumped off the apron, but I can't get over what you did to me at Elimination Chamber. And it's not even what you did, it's how you did it. You had a glee in your eyes. You had a smile on your face when you eliminated me. And that's what I can't get over, Sasha. How could you do that to me if you're my friend? And then Absolution's music hits, and Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and Paige comes out. And Paige goes, oh, stop whining, little girls, and does her thing and says, my girls are going to show you how to settle a score, because we're going to have a tag team match between Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville versus Bayley and Sasha. So, again, okay match. Kind of sloppy. Everyone's trying to stay safe for Mania, I think. But it was, there was some miscues here and there, but that happens. Bayley rolls up Sasha, but the ref is distracted by Mandy and Sonya. Or no, Bayley rolls up Sonya and is distracted, but the ref is distracted by Mandy and Sasha. So Mandy and Sasha are over in the corner battling it out. Bayley rolls up Sonya and has her for the pin, and the crowd's counting 1, 2, 3, but the ref's over in the corner with those two going, hey, break it up. You guys shouldn't be in the ring. So when the ref finally gets that taken care of, Bayley walks over to Sasha and pushes her like, hey, I had her beat. What are you doing? They have a couple of words. Mandy from behind pushes Bayley into Sasha, causing them to collide, their heads to hit. Sasha rolls out of the ring. Sonya kicks Bayley in the face as she's going, ow, I just banged my head into my best friend, and then pins her for the win. So Absolution comes out on top of Sasha and Bayley because they can't get their shit together, is the story there. So what does this mean? I don't know. Probably Bayley and Sasha at WrestleMania. Maybe. Who knows? I'm not sure. Um, that seems to be the case, I hope, but I don't see it as a big card match, so it'll probably be on the pre-show, which kind of sucks, but I love both of those girls, and I hope they both stay safe and, are happy with whatever spot that they do get. Hopefully they'll be on there somewhere. So after that, we got a commercial, and then we come back from the commercial, we get John Cena coming out to the ring, because if you remember, John Cena called out Undertaker last week. Said, stop letting your ego get in the way and all that stuff. So John Cena comes out and pretty much says the same things. He says, I waited for a response and I got nothing. No response for me, no response for the fans, nothing from Taker. So I don't know if he's just ignoring me or what's going on, but he needs to stop. At least say yes. If you're retired, then just say, I'm retired, and say no. But if you're not retired, get over yourself, blah, 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 blah. Kane comes out, and John does this thing like, oh, Kane, the Undertaker's brother. He's got the Undertaker's answer for me. I can't wait for this. And then Kane choke slams him and walks out of the ring. That was that whole segment. I don't know if they're waiting on Mark to decide, if he's just going, nah, dude, I'm not doing it. You can keep goading me, but I'm not going to do it. Or if they're just dragging this out till the last Raw before Mania, and then the music hits and Taker comes out. Like I said in the last video or a couple of videos ago, I hope they do American Badass Biker Taker, so that the dead man Taker is the one that retired, that Roman retired, but this Taker come back and kick John Cena's ass. That'd be really cool. After that, we get The Miz and Mizdouraj heading out to the ring to do a promo. We get a commercial. We come back from the commercial, and we got Matt Hardy talking to his draft, whose name is George Washington. Because, of course, it is. I love Matt, and I love all the stuff he's doing. So we get back to the ring, and Miz does an in-ring promo where he says, I get no respect, as usual. I am about to become the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. And he holds up a magazine, a WrestleMania magazine with the, he's like, and I'm not on the cover. I'm not on the chairs. I'm not on the posters. I'm not in the commercials. Nothing. No respect. And he's got a fucking point. He is a champion. He should be on the fucking posters. He's held that belt for a long time. Miz should be on the posters, man. He totally should. I agree with him 100%. He goes, the Universal Champion has a singles match. The World Champion has a singles match, or WWE Champion. But I have the deck stacked against me. I have to fight off two guys. And he turned around to the Mizdouraj and he goes, last week I showed the world that Seth Rollins and Finn Balor are liars when you guys, turning around to the Mizdouraj, were too busy to show up. And then he turns back to the camera and keeps doing his promo, and Axel and Bo start arguing back and forth behind his back. It was really funny. And he says, so I'll tell you what, after WrestleMania, and this was funny, but it was fucked up by a flub. He says Tyler Black, which is Seth Rollins' name from the indie scene, and Prince, he meant to say Devitt, which Prince Devitt was Finn Balor's name from the indie scene, but he said Prince Nevitt, and he kind of fumbled over it when he said it. He said Tyler Black and Prince Nevitt could go back to bingo halls and too sweet all their little indie fans. I will love Mike the Miz Moritsky, or however you say his name, forever for that line alone. So after that, of course, Gallows and Anderson make an entrance. Finn makes an entrance, and then Seth makes an entrance, but Seth's going to commentary. So we're going to get the Club versus the Mizdouraj, a 6-man tag match. Mizdouraj mocks Finn at one point in the ring, does the whoa, whoa thing, which was pretty funny. Okay match, good back and forth. Not really, you knew that the club was going to kind of come out on top. Well, maybe not. I guess that's not always the case. But they did. Finn rolls up Miz for the pin. They attack the club and send Gallows and Anderson out and start beating on Finn a little bit. And then they start to set up for one of those Shield power bombs. But Seth, being a commentary, goes, oh, and gets up and comes out and makes the save for Finn. And then stands in the ring and goes, I did that. You owe me. I did that. I think he curb stomped Miz into the floor of the arena. It was pretty great. After that, we get a awesome Ronda Rousey package of her talking about, coming up a woman in a male-dominated sport and always loving wrestling and always wanting to be here. And it was really moving and really cool. I really enjoyed it a lot. I thought she had a lot of really cool things to say and did a great job. It was a really cool package. Looking forward to Ronda and seeing what she does in the coming years with her wrestling career. And I think she's going to do wonderful things. I think she's going to do fantastic. So after that, ladies and gentlemen, we had the Ultimate Deletion. Now, a year ago, year and a half ago, year and a few months ago, well, it was longer than WrestleMania. It was just before WrestleMania. So, yeah, it was probably like a year and a couple of months ago, when we first got Broken Matt Hardy on Impact Global Force, whatever. It was Impact at the time. And seeing those every week come out and seeing what new things Matt was going to do and hearing the voices and Brother Nero and the whole thing was so fresh and exciting and new, and we loved it. This was every bit as good as that, in my opinion. It was so great seeing the Hardy compound again and seeing Vanguard 1 again and the holograms and all of it and Skarsgård and the whole thing. It was so great. So Bray enters. Bray comes up to Matt's gates, and, it's got to be a big H on it for Hardy. And he walks through, Bray looking cool as fuck in one of his kick-ass awesome jackets. Really good production this time. You can tell that they didn't have the budget before that they have now to light things properly and to do special effects properly. And the editing was really great too. They edited the hell out of it and really did a great job. So as Bray walks in, Vanguard 1 comes down, and Matt Hardy's hologram pops up over top of it, the green hologram, and it looked great. And he's like, Bray, follow the music. And the music he's talking about, this was such an awesome touch, was Rebby playing Bray's theme on piano next to the ring, like as his entrance. Fucking dope, dude. Had Lord Wolfgang on her back, and the ring in the woods where him and Matt fought and him and Rock and Roll Express fought, them and Rock and Roll Express and all that. That's the ring that they're going to. And Bray's slowly walking to the ring with his lantern like he does, and Rebby's playing his theme on the piano like a slow classical version. And Matt's already standing in the ring. It was really cool, just a great feel. And Bray gets up on the ring apron, and Matt does his, I knew you'd come. And they start going at it. The first part of the fight, they fought in their coats still, in their jackets that they were wearing, which was really cool looking. I don't know why, but it just looked really cool to me to see those two guys go at it in their jackets. They did some really good in-ring stuff. I mean, a lot of times with the Ultimate Deletion and these things that take place like that, you want to get the in-ring stuff out of the way so we can get on to the good shit. But this time, the in-ring stuff was really good. It was tasteful. It was good back and forth. Bray at one point goes, "Oh, where are my manners? I forgot to get you a housewarming gift." And he goes under the ring and grabs a chair, because apparently they keep chairs under the ring even in the woods. And as he's getting into the ring, getting ready to hit Matt with a chair, Matt goes, "Vanguard 1, initiate." And that stops Bray. He goes, "Initiate what? Initiate what?" And then the screen flashes to Vanguard 1's point of view, and it says, "Initiating boomstick protocol." And all of these bottle rockets, and not bottle rockets, but all of these Roman candles and rockets and things that are set up outside of the ring start going off, fireworks like crazy. One of the coolest things about the Ultimate Delete, or about, the older deletions, the first series of deletions, if you want to say the original trilogy, was them firing bottle rockets or firing Roman candles at each other. I loved watching that. It was just so much fun to watch them shoot fucking fireworks at each other. But apparently the WWE was like, "No, we're not. Bray Wyatt's not losing an eye because you want to shoot a Roman candle at him." So they just had him shoot up in the air. But that was enough to distract Bray and Matt to grab the chair and start wailing on him with the chair. After that, they roll out of the ring and they end up in the dilapidated city. It comes up across the bottom of the screen, the dilapidated city. And he throws him out into the wall of this, old barn building. He goes, "Does it remind you of anything, Bray?" And Bray starts to have these flashbacks of his original House of Power, where he would sit in that rocking chair with his butcher's apron on and stuff. I think it might be the place that Randy burned down. I'm not sure about the locales of Sister Abigail and all of Bray's supernatural stuff. But he started laughing like, "I know where this is. I know where I am." And during that, he's doing all that and it's flashing back and he's doing all this. You hear Matt going, "Wake up, Bray, wake up." And it cuts back and he's got a kendo stick and starts wailing on Bray with the kendo stick. Bray screams after he does this really horrible scream that's intercut with fire. That was really cool. I mean, it was really a cool thing. I'm trying to do this, but not, go through it beat by beat, because it's like describing a movie, or a television show. They do this hide and seek thing in the cemetery. That was a little Benny Hill. They sped it up so he couldn't find. "Where are you? I'm over here, Bray. I'm over here now, Bray. Where are you? I'm over here." And they're running back and forth. And then he walks out of it and does this to the camera and walks away while you still see Bray looking around the gravestones and stuff. Then they enter the Dome of Deletion, which is basically just Matt's pole barn, huge ass pole barn with a ring in it. And they battle in there for a second. There's a lawnmower on one side and a wheelchair on the other side. So the camera goes in on Matt and he goes, "Mower of lawns, chair of wheels." And he goes back and forth trying to decide what to run Bray over with. "Mower of lawn, wonderful." Classic broken Matt Hardy. So good. He goes to the lawnmower and they play that, I can't remember, what is it? Beethoven's Ninth? I can't remember if that's what it was or not. But they play a classical piece of music as he's heading towards to getting ready to roll over Bray. And Bray does his spider thing, his backwards, upside down, spine cracking spider thing. And that stops Matt just enough. And then they end up at the lake. I don't know how they ended up at the lake. They somehow stumble out to the lake, which is where all of this is heading anyways. So they stumble out to the lake. And they're fighting back and forth. And Bray catches Vanguard 1 at one point, which is really cool. It's a great shot a Vanguard one just kind of hovering, and Bray goes, yeah, and just grabs him and just pulls it down like this. And then very menacingly and slowly goes, I'll deal with you later, and lets him go. It was very cool. While he's doing that, Matt gets under Skarsgård, the dilapidated boat, which he's now painted gold. He gets underneath that and is waiting, and Bray goes over and takes that off, and it's not Matt underneath anymore. It's Senior Benjamin, who's got a globe in his hands, and goes, he's got the whole world in his hands, and throws the globe up at him, and he catches it, and then he sings it again. He's got the whole world in his hands. And then there's Brother Nero, Jeff, right here next to him, and he goes, he's got the whole world in his hands, singing it, and Bray's just kind of stunned by what's going on and doesn't know what's happening. And then out of that, while he's stunned with this globe and all this, Matt gets him and Twist of Fate pins him, and that's the end of Ultimate Deletion as far as the match goes. Bray starts going, it's not over, Matt. It's not over, Matt. And he goes, yes, it is over. And he kicks him or punches him or pushes him. It's kind of weird to see with the camera angle, into the Lake of Reincarnation. Senior Benjamin, he goes, Senior Benjamin, come here post haste. Please retrieve Bray Wyatt's carcass from the Lake of Reincarnation. So Senior Benjamin goes over and starts kind of fishing through the lake. He's like, it's not here, man. That was offensive. It's not here, man. He goes, wonderful. The Great War is over. Bray Wyatt has been deleted. Skarsgård won, I assume, or whatever, crane camera backs out of that wide shot, and that's the end of Raw. So we finally got the Ultimate Deletion. Bray Wyatt got chucked into the Lake of Reincarnation. I don't know what the hell's going to happen now. Does that mean he's going to come back as Husky Harris? I doubt it. Does that mean he's going to come back as some type of broken version of Bray with like white contacts and all like zombied out? That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I think they're going to do maybe one or two. What they should do is, now that we've had one at the Hardy compound, we should have another one at Bray's compound or playground or whatever he wants to call it. Yeah, that was one thing he said when they were in the Dome of Deletion. He grabbed Matt's head and put it in his lap and did that kind of caressing thing. And he goes, I told you, Matt, this is my ultimate solution, or something like that. Like he knew what he was doing. Or maybe he just disappeared like he does, and he's going to, apparate somewhere else. I don't know. It was really cool, though. I was very pleased with it. I liked the production of it. I thought it was great. I would have liked to have seen more Jeff, but with recent things happening with Jeff, who knows if his part got cut down a little bit, or if that was always supposed to be his part, was just that little bit. So, but overall a good Raw, kind of disjointed, wasn't as streamlined as the last few. It seemed a little bit up in the air, like the Revival thing and their match with Titus Worldwide seemed to come out of nowhere. The Bayley Sasha thing is getting a little muddled. I don't know. They need to straight up make one of these guys a face, make one of these guys a heel, and let's just get to it. But we've got a couple of weeks to do that. WrestleMania is in 3 weeks, man. I cannot believe it. And we've got so many great matches coming up. AJ versus Shinsuke, I'll talk about that on SmackDown. Roman versus Brock, that's going to be amazing. The Bar versus Braun and whoever his partner is going to be. Asuka versus Charlotte. Nia versus Alexa. Just the Cruiserweight Championship match is going to be that night. We're going to see who's the new Cruiserweight champion is. Fantastic, fantastic stuff from the WWE. Fantastic stuff from Dallas, Texas. and Raw last night. I had a great time. If you want to get a hold of me on Facebook, you can do so at Calling Spots Podcast. If you want to get a hold of me on Instagram, it's Calling Spots Podcast as well. On Twitter, it's Calling Spots Pod. And you can get a hold of me on Gmail, email, with callingspotspodcast@gmail.com. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you'd like to. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for SmackDown. Never be ashamed for being a pro wrestling mark. I'm not. It's awesome. See you guys.